Do you ever feel like a failure after taking on a challenge and not succeeding? Don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone has failed at some point in their lives. It is less about unsuccessful attempts and more about what you learn from failure. It's about how you get up, dust yourself off, and get back to work. Although accepting and learning from failure can be difficult, the experience offers an incredible opportunity for you to mature and achieve success. Moreover, if adequately analyzed and accepted, failure can teach us valuable life lessons for a brighter future. So in this video, I will discuss some valuable lessons we can only learn through failure. But before I do that, please remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your continuous support. With that said, let's get to our video of the day. We are taught from a young age that failure is wrong and must be avoided by all means. But despite every effort we make, we cannot prevent failure. And when this happens, we get overwhelmed with sadness and worthlessness. As a result, most people will go to any length to avoid failing, even if it means never trying anything new. Despite the negative energy it brings, failure can be beneficial in some ways. Failing can be a learning experience, revealing hidden truths about yourself that you wouldn't have discovered otherwise. Some of the most successful people in the world, including Oprah Winfrey, Steven Spielberg, and countless others, only become successful after experiencing failure and learning from their mistakes. In most cases, failure is like taking a punch to the ego. It leaves you feeling exposed and ashamed. However, this is not an excuse to stop trying. If you fail at something, it's because you took a risk and put in effort, but ultimately didn't succeed. Don't let your failure bring you down or make you feel bad about yourself. Remember that some of the most important inventions, such as the telephone and the light bulb, were only made after multiple unsuccessful attempts. So, if you experience a setback, analyze what went wrong and try again. The sooner you recognize your flaws, the better you can learn from your mistakes. You see, making mistakes is actually a good thing. There's always something you can learn from making them. So let me share with you 6 life lessons that failure can teach you. Number 1. Failure teaches you that success is never certain. Whether you're starting a blog, an online business, an application for a dream job, a new romantic relationship, or anything else, everyone wants to have the best possible outcome. However, there are times when one's own ambition becomes restricting. For instance, some people have dreamed of starting their own business for a long time, but have been holding back because they're worried about failing. They get stuck in a cycle of overthinking and waiting for the perfect time, which unfortunately never comes. As a result, their desire for success prevents them from starting their business. On the other hand, someone who has experienced failure knows that success is never assured. So they'll keep trying until they get it right. Sometimes you may fail because of circumstances beyond your control. After a major setback, you learn that things can go wrong despite your best efforts. By accepting the reality that failure is inevitable, you can learn to move past your insecurity. The bitter taste of defeat makes you all the more determined to realize your ambitions. You learn to keep trying until you get it right, and this eventually leads to success. Number 2. Failure teaches you humility. Success is an awful teacher. After many accomplishments, most people tend to let their egos get in the way. It gives you the impression that you can accomplish anything, and that everything you do will work out. Sadly, this often makes people act proud. You start taking greater risks because you think you can win no matter what happens. In the long run, this sets you up to fail. On the other hand, failure teaches you that anything can go wrong at any time, no matter how well laid your plans may be. This helps you stay humble and treat yourself and others with respect. You realize your weaknesses and look for new ways to get better. Research shows humility is one of the most important leadership traits for making a workplace welcoming. Failure makes people more humble, which is important not only for leadership, but also for personal growth. If you've always been successful and arrogantly believe you can succeed at anything, you'll have a much harder time accepting defeat when it comes. Sometimes failure happens when you follow the wrong path, instead of trying your hardest. When things are going well, it's easy to become overly confident and want to act on every idea that crosses your mind. Failure teaches you to think carefully about your ideas and only act on those with the best chance of working. Number 3. Failure builds your character. The effects of failure can be devastating. Failure can completely destroy your confidence and make you hate your life. However, it can also strengthen you in ways you never imagined. Even when we fail, all that happens to us teaches us something. Even though it hurts, setbacks force us to reassess our actions. Failure teaches us more about ourselves and builds character better than success ever could. If everything went smoothly and we achieved every goal we set for ourselves, we would not learn nearly as much as we do when things don't go as planned. Failure teaches you that there might be other options when you're stuck. For instance, when you encounter a setback, your thinking changes. You get more creative as you discover better ways to tackle or solve an issue. In the process, you become open-minded and develop a more expansive worldview, which is a valuable skill today. Furthermore, you get to learn some coping skills that will help you deal with stressful situations in the future. Obviously, failing is not a pleasant experience. However, the benefits outweigh the risks because they can help you discover your true potential. And this takes us to our next point. Number 4. Failure helps you realize your true potential. The risk of failure should not be taken lightly. It's a painful experience to fail miserably at something important to you in life. It takes a lot of strength and perseverance to recover from a major setback in life. But when we pick ourselves up and try again, we prove something to ourselves. Trusting again after a heartbreak, applying for a promotion after being passed over, or asking the next person out on a date after being ghosted are all examples of how resilient we are. We discover our true potential when we learn how to get back on our feet after a setback. For instance, children learning to walk fall hundreds of times, but they do not choose to crawl for the rest of their lives. They keep trying to walk until they eventually succeed. When we tap into that same childlike acceptance of failure, we learn to take life less seriously and ignore all the negative self-talk we learn as we grow up. Additionally, when you push through failure and try again, you subconsciously master the art of failing forward. And with such an attitude, you're not afraid to take risks. You're not concerned with what others think of your failure and are more likely to achieve more than you hope for. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to this channel for more related content. Thank you very much. Number 5. Failure teaches you to embrace change. Failure is the universe telling you that you're doing something wrong. For instance, if you fail a test, it might be because you need to study more, and if you're often late to work, it might be because you're not good at managing your time. If you stick to the same destructive behavioral patterns, it will be difficult for you to grow and succeed. On the other hand, a failure can force you to question your current beliefs, values, and knowledge, and help you discover new growth opportunities. As a result, your attitude shifts, and you embrace new ways of doing things. Albert Einstein once said that insanity is doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results. You'll fail if you keep doing things the same way you always have. If you want to succeed where you failed, you must change your strategy. You need to think about why you failed, figure out what went wrong, and make the necessary changes. As a result, you learn from your failures that the only way to succeed is to be willing to change. Number 6. Failure is not the end of the world. When you have a significant setback, it can feel like the end of the world. In your mind, you start to think that you don't have what it takes to accomplish your goals or anything significant. In fact, some people give up on life altogether. But if there's anything we can learn from the mistakes of the world's most accomplished people, it's that failure is not the end of the road. For instance, a British inventor, Sir James Dyson, tried 5,126 prototypes that didn't work for over 15 years before he made the best-selling bagless vacuum cleaner, which led to a net worth of $4.5 billion. He would never have become a successful business owner who made some of the best home appliances if he had given up every time he failed. Similarly, numerous other extremely successful individuals have also had to overcome obstacles along the way. Their failures can remind us that failure is not the end of the road. You can recover from your misfortune and achieve greater success than you ever imagined. Knowing you can pick yourself up after a setback and try again is a crucial component of resilience and one of the most important soft skills for success. In conclusion, life is one big opportunity to fail repeatedly and get good at it. Failure is an experience. Like any other experience, it shapes, improves, and prepares you for future situations. It teaches you lessons that will change how you act in many ways. It lets you develop new ideas, refresh old ideas, and rethink your choices. Ultimately, it's a chance to get back up and try again. Learning from your mistakes and using that knowledge in your next attempt is a great way to make progress in life. When you fail at something, you should try to figure out why. Keep asking yourself questions until you get an answer. Doing so will help you see where to improve, so you can rethink your strategy and figure out what you could have done better. It's okay to fail in life, because failing once doesn't mean you'll fail forever. No one ever achieves success without first failing in some way. So make today the first of many days when you fail with full confidence that everything you do has a purpose. And that is all we had for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any comments or thoughts that you would like to share, please do so in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Lastly, remember to like and share this video with your friends and family. And remember to subscribe to this channel. if you haven't. Until next time, have a great day.